So, the Lowrider ST, from its inception to present day, is a modern Harley-Davidson that has made some waves throughout the last years. This bike has gone on to become one of Harley's best-selling motorcycles, and for good reason. But what is it about this bike that makes it so great and stand apart from the rest? And who and what kind of riding style is this bike for? Well, for anyone who's thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these beasts, stay tuned because we're just getting started. For me and my journey with this bike, it all starts well before it was ever even produced. Back in the day, if you wanted a fixed fairing setup on a lighter frame, you would have to do it yourself. AKA, sport touring was not a thing that had been popularized yet. So me and my friends were having to retrofit FXRT fairings onto Dynas to achieve this status. But Harley, once again having their finger on the pulse, would take notice of this, and hence, we were presented with the Lowrider ST. What me and my friends would have to innovate and troubleshoot to achieve was now conveniently being offered to the public in one package. With my own road bike getting high up there in miles, and my trips only getting routinely longer and more intense, I knew I had to evolve. 2 years back, I bought one of these in white sand pearl, and if you couldn't tell, there's been zero regrets. I tried to keep it as close to stock as possible at first, doing only the most important upgrades, but then, well hell, you guys know me. No mercy, no restraint, no excuses. Burn True was born from the ashes of me surviving a nearly fatal bike wreck. This bike, in a way, would be a celebration, but also becoming correct, like all its predecessors in terms of my builds.
All right. We got the new Lowrider ST for 25. Harley did a lot of great improvements on it. Some of which, my personal favorite, is the bags. If you're someone that needs it to be symmetrical on the rear end, the previous unit, this bag was smaller due to the taller exhaust. Now due to coming factory with a 2-in-1, this bag is now bigger, evens it up, now it looks better, and you get a little bit more storage. We also have the updated Gen 2 Milwaukee 8. This is the high output 117, making more power than the previous one. We also have updated controls. We now have ride modes on these models, which wasn't available previously. You also have standard stuff like cruise control. They updated the speedometer, which I love the analog needle on it. Some of my favorite features. We also got new updated LED turn signals, front and back. I love that it comes with like a standard halo-like design on both the signals as well as the brake light. You got a nice Harley logo in there as well. So now the Lowrider S is coming in 2 finishes, chrome and black. This one here is chrome. So gone is the bronze wheel. We now have a black with a machine edged wheel. If you get a black finish, that wheel is also going to be black to match the bike much better. We got an updated retro logo. This is something back in the, I believe, 80s. This was used on the FXR models. Beautiful logo. It really pops with that blue pinstripe on it.
So back when these bikes came out, I did immediately give them my seal of approval. However, I was also pretty vocal about some of the major shortcomings for a bike that was listed at this price point. It's amazing to look back all these years later to see that Harley actually listened to our feedback. Those asymmetrical bags, yeah, they fixed that. The weird digital bar gauge, that would be a thing of the past. Everyone's swapping their cam out. Well, now there's the high output 117. Everyone running a 2-into-1? Well, here it is stock. People modding these out to have chrome accents? Well, that's now offered stock. People blacking out the wheels? Well, here you go. And of course, the list goes on. Do I love my 2023 Lowrider ST? Absolutely. But if you couldn't tell, the 2025 Lowrider ST is hands down the best version of this bike to date. So the short answer to the question is yes. This is by far the best time to buy this bike if you're in the market for one new. As you could see, I had the opportunity to put the first miles on one of these back in the spring, and honestly, I was blown away with the performance improvements. You have had to have ridden one of the previous versions to understand, but let me tell you, this new high output 117 is not to be slept on. Even stock, the bike has that rumble and rowdy feeling to it that many felt were lost within the modern M8 platform, without sacrificing the unworldly smoothness that comes with this bike. The combination of the frame, the monoshock suspension, and the inverted front end. These are just a few of the reasons why the Lowrider ST has become my go-to bike within the span of 2 years. So yeah, getting to spend a good amount of time with this bike, as I said before, Harley-Davidson pulled no punches with this modern version. Maybe the biggest selling factor of this bike is its sheer versatility in terms of its audience. For me, my riding style is laying down 7,000 plus mile bike trips whenever I can, and this bike will do that with ease. But you don't have to be a distance rider for this bike to make sense for you. With the modern performance that this bike offers, it does pretty damn well within the tight conditions of the city, which I think I've shown over the course of the last couple years. Whether you're a commuter, a weekend rider, or a distance rider, this bike really could be perfect for any of these different riding styles. I myself, like I said, will never regret purchasing my Lowrider ST, but again, this modern version in 2025 really has gone above and beyond its predecessors. So as we wrap this one up, I could talk about this topic all day, so let me know in the comments section if you have any questions, especially if you're in the market for one of these bikes. As always, we do have merch available for those who make miles and not excuses. Check out the Patreon for some deeper cuts and exclusive content. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to both like and subscribe, as it does help us out. Whether you're going cross country or cross town, don't sleep on these bikes. FXDLS Brooklyn is out.
Goodbye.